Welcome back to another Canon Expectations. Today I am looking at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 coming out May 5th. So yes, finally another of our big comic book superhero movies is coming out. People have been waiting and debating for oh so long. We got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I'm personally going to see it Thursday night, Nerd Night as I call it. I'm actually going to a double feature that AMC is putting on. So got those tickets months ago. Actually, they started going on sale, and they're basically going to show Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, take a little break, and then at 7 we're going to watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, both in 3D, I believe. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but whatever, that's all I can get. So I'm fine with that. I think it's going to be real interesting because I've only saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 2 times. And one time was recently, the other time was in the theater when it came out. So I liked the movie, I really did, but if you don't love it, people go crazy on you, so they call you a hater. I'm like, I didn't like it as much as everybody else. The second time I saw it recently, I was like, man, yeah, I forgot how funny it was. So that was a few months ago, but I'm interested to see them back to back because the biggest buzz right now from the critics is that it's not as good as the first one. So I mean, the marketing has kind of been what it's been. We're used to the old school music and all that, the flavor. Baby Groot has been a big addition, but really the big news right now is that, they screened it a little bit, almost a month before it came out. And while it's in the high 80s on Rotten Tomatoes, a lot of reviews are coming out. A lot of individual critics are saying they didn't really like it. So I think the best compliments I've seen is it's really, really fun, but it's not as good as the first one. And some of the worst ones I've seen was like, it was trying to copy itself, but it was overbloated and they did too much. And so, I mean, for any other movie, this would be fine. But since it's an MCU darling that people are going crazy about it, I think it's interesting. And I find myself with the need to remind you guys, Rotten Tomatoes, it doesn't work the way you think it is. It's not an average of people's votes. It's not a bunch of people's average saying this is an 87% movie. They're saying 87% of the critics rated it fresh. Fresh is like 6 point something out of 10. So almost like 60-some% makes it fresh. And so 87% of the critics rated it over 60-some%. So it's a little confusing if you don't look into the numbers, but some people look at it and say, oh, it's so high, I don't get it. But just because somebody rated something fresh doesn't mean they particularly like the movie. Like a 65% for me is like a D, so it's like, okay, yeah, it was passable. So I'm not saying that's what this movie is, but that's how you gotta look at Rotten Tomatoes. Anyway, enough with that rant. How I feel about the movie. I'm very excited. I'm more excited than I was prior. Before I rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and then, watching the trailers. The thing I was saying is that what really kills it for me is I really like, Star Trek Beyond, I believe, the newest one. And I haven't really been into the new Star Trek series, never was a Star Trek person, but I did see the one with Khan first, just happened upon it while somebody else was watching. I was like, man, this is kind of fun. And then I saw the Beyond one. And I was like, man, this is fun. But then rewatched Episode 7, Force Awakens, like 100 times. And I'm like, man, between Star Wars and Star Trek, I've got my galactic adventure group. I got my fill of, adventures in the stars. So it's like watching the number 2 trailer where it's a lot more fighting in space and the ships and, Star-Lord and all that. It's just like, I like it, it's fun, but it's hard to really grasp this as original when I got so many other star-like adventures out there. And so that was the hardest part for me, but just hearing that it's still really funny, just hearing, honestly, what really gets me hyped is that all this talk of end credit scenes, like there's 5 end credit scenes, they're talking about Volume 3 is going to kick off the new phase of MCU. They're talking about the stuff with Star-Lord and his dad, like, changes the MCU. So apparently the Guardians is a big pivotal point in the MCU story, and that's really the only thing that's getting me over the moon excited. I love Chris Pratt. Bautista's cool. I like him as Drax. I'm not into the Baby Groot thing. I mean, I'm not saying I dislike him, but I'm like, oh my god, Baby Groot. I'm not. That's not me. So, I mean, it'll be cool. I like the bigger version of Groot, to be honest. Raccoon's hilarious. Gamora, take it or leave it. Not looking forward to Nebula. Don't really care about Mantis. I do like Yondu. He's hilarious. Boy, was my ship. So he's funny. And I can't wait to see him as part of the Guardians with Raccoon. So yeah, I mean, a lot to look forward to. So I'm definitely at a decent hype meter right now. But I wouldn't say this is the most hype movie for me. As far as what I'm expecting, oh man, a lot, honestly. And like I said, it's because of all these reports. And that's the thing. I get it. You're confident in the movie, so you put it out early. And all these critics get to talk about it because you're confident. But after a month of people saying, yeah, I like this, or yeah, I didn't like this, or that, non-spoilers, spoilers, critics coming out and saying this about it. And, I feel like this could happen, or this is going to lead into the... Eventually, you get too much information. And, they came out... I don't understand why Marvel confirmed the end credit scenes. Like, they shouldn't have did that. Like, let the critics, speculate, because we would have been like, we'll wait and see. But when Marvel said, yeah, it's 5 end credit scenes, now it's like, oh my god, okay, what could there be? What is there going to be that you can show 5 different end credit scenes? So there's that. And then, like I said, they're talking about how James Gunn is talking about how this spins off and makes the MCU in a new direction. So it's just like, that's a lot of pressure on this movie for me, because like I'm going in ready to see some mind-blowing stuff. And that was kind of the critics' problem. Some of the critics said they went so large scale trying to do big things that it lost the essence of what it was the first time. So I'm expecting huge monumental things. Like, if I don't even know, like if I go in there and the big reveal is Star-Lord is Tony Stark's second, third cousin removed, I'm gonna be real pissed about that. So it's got to be some big things that everybody knows, like not a random character, but everybody knows this person or this reveal or this secret, and it has to shake the MCU. So huge expectations going in. I don't know how that's going to work out for the movie, but yeah. So as far as I know, me and Sal used to do this, just kind of guessing what I'm gonna give it. It's hard, but looking at the movie, I do like fun movies. If it's as big as I think, and not all the jokes work for me in the first one, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna give it around what Rotten Tomatoes is at. I'm gonna give it like an 85%, I think. So I could be blown away. We'll have to see. But anyway, yeah, that's my expectations for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Go to the comment section. When are you going to see it? Tell me what you think about the movie. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. And if you heard it here, it's official canon.